Of course, you know how we do it on this show. We keep it 100, and yes, we don't play. When I say we don't play, we have a super amazing guest in the studio. And trust me, she don't even me, I fear to ask her question, but it's okay. We'll do our job. Award-winning celebrity Deborah Oluwaseyi Joshua, also known as, I won't tell you guys, yes, was born in Tottenham, London. She began singing at 6. She was a member of a school choir. From there, she was recruited into the London Community Gospel Choir, PKA LCGC, spelled like LCCGC. This is where Shay's musical I've slept up. All right, this is where a musical career began after touring with them to 13 cities across Japan. She has redefined what sexy, fearless, independent, and empowering means with her essence, channeling this big girl persona, which is taken on to release a powerful Afro, R&B, hip-hop, and soul-sounding body of work that will have an effect on the modern age and beyond the African continent. This particular song I'm speaking about was produced by Pempe and is titled Pempe. It is the latest single by the Nigerian music heavyweight. And she features, of course, Yemi Alade with powerful vocal performances, energy, and big vibe. This record serves as the single before upcoming projects slated for summer 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Omo, if you don't even know how to clap on this one, Omo, use your leg, use every part of your body. So don't be jamming things together, jam everywhere, because Seyi Shay is in the building!
Get it!
So Shay, what's going on?
Hi, welcome.
That was
Welcome
really nice
to Tea
intro.
Time.
Thank
Yes.
you for having me on
Okay,
Tea
let's just give a
Time.
disclaimer really quickly. Yeah. Tea time, you have to spill tea. You're not allowed to do
breakfast time now.
No,
it's
on
tea
this
time.
table is
It's
very
tea.
different.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to say no comments.
She's showing us
You're not allowed to say you can't answer. Everything we'll ask you, honest truth, nothing but the truth, to help you.
Oh, is that my I have to swear?
Yes,
Yeah.
basically.
Where's the
Put
Bible?
your hand on the cup.
On the cup.
That's
Yeah.
Okay, so anything you ask me, I will answer
Honestly.
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 So help me, Plus TV.
Alrighty, amazing.
Alrighty.
All right, so where do we start from? There's
Okay.
so much to talk about.
Actually, but let's start with the music, which
Okay.
is the most important
That's
thing.
why we're here.
Yes, Pempe. Pempe.
Pempe.
Peperimpe. It's short for Peperimpe.
Okay, so I like all the girl part that's going on.
Nice.
Right?
Thank
but
you.
I want to know the history of that song from the beginning. How did you pick what you were going to talk about? Because you went silent for a bit, and I know you have a lot of things that you want to say. So when did you decide this is what I want to talk about, and it's Yemi Alade that I want to talk about it with?
I recorded the song in Ghana at a writing camp, week-long writing camp. We were actually making a series of records for myself and different people. And I was with Kelpie, and he played the beat, and I was like, he was just playing beats, and he played Pempe's, and I said, go back, go back, go back. That sounds like a mad vibe. So he played this again, and everybody's now just started freestyling. And there was a particular songwriter in there called Flash, and he just came up with this amazing hook, Pempe, oh, Pempe, and because we were having a conversation about being hot. So that's why I was buzzing on Twitter at that particular time. I think something was going around on Twitter as usual, and I start trending. It's maybe because of something I've said or because of something I'm doing or whatever. And I was like, why again? Why me? And I said, I'm turning my phone off for 1 week. And somebody said, listen, if you are not hot, they will not be talking about you. So just accept it and embrace it. And Peperimpe just came to mind. And so the writer was just like, Pempe, oh, Pempe, and that's pretty much how the song kind of developed and evolved, and and I think around the same period, or maybe like a few weeks or a month later, Yemi Alade was also trending for some kind of it was something that had to do with another female artist. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah. We do.
And then so she was trending, and people were just like insulting her and dragging her, and and people were dragging the other female artists too, but they were really dragging Yemi. So I was like, you know what? I think Yemi is the best person to feature on this record. Yeah, I think Yemi is the best person to feature on this record, because if anybody knows what it feels like to be dragged through social media and also to be, victimized and to be, just bullied just for being a female doing her thing, it would be Yemi Alade.
Yeah.
All right, you've put in the work since your musical career started. I remember when you got back and then you started releasing body of work. My favorite is Love Me Now.
Touch Me Now, yeah.
Touch Me Now. That was an amazing jam.
Thank you.
I really, really love. I used to sing that song like I was Batty at some point,
Yeah.
but it was just
It's
an
not just you,
amazing
don't worry.
body
Thank you.
of work
Thank
for
you.
me. And it's also very difficult when you see somebody that's put in the work, when you see somebody that has been there from time, that they don't have no bad songs. Because I don't think
Thank
I've heard
you.
any Seyi Shay
Thank
song
you.
that I'm like, man, that song is whack. It's always a good song.
It's always at least.
But when these people want to drag you, they will drag you through the mud
Yeah.
like you went S. You feel
Yeah.
me? And how does that make you feel? Does that make you feel like you're misunderstood or there's something you're doing wrong at every point in time,
I mean, if anything, on the contrary, it makes me feel like I'm doing everything right. Because I don't know how, I mean, it's by God, but I've managed to, start my career in Nigeria in 2012, 2013, and this is 2021. And without having like albums back to back to back, I'm still being talked about. And I'm still being picked for massive shows like Nigerian Idol, and I'm still doing concerts, and I'm still, so like it just makes me feel like I'm doing everything right. But I think the secret behind that is that I'm just being myself.
All right. So in the midst of being yourself and trying to be Seyi Shay, do you feel like you are too real? Because now
I think I'm too real for us, for Nigeria, right? But
you
not
really think
now.
that's
I
the
used to
case?
think so. I mean, it was the case before. It was the case maybe like 4 years ago, maybe as soon as 3 years ago, as recent as 3 years ago, I should say. Just even with my honesty in interviews and my honesty, on my songs and my honesty on my Twitter and my social media. And maybe I was just kind of too ahead of my time. But now everybody's into honesty and everybody's into reality.
would you say we're really into it? Because
we're into it because that's why we jump on the realest artists out right now. Like I know I can name some artists that I know that are so real. Like even the way they tweet is the way they talk, and because I know them.
Do you think you were too real on that guy that you judged?
Before we even go to the guy, Biko.
You don't want to go to the guy.
We will go to the guy, but before
We
we
must
even,
go to the
before
guy.
we go to the guy, let's even finish with her career, because I'm a big fan, and I was
Okay.
watching
All right,
the
go on.
back and forth really. And the most concerning thing for me is that you actually make a lot of big moves, and I think you're even being humble with your response when you said, you don't bring out albums every time, but you do massive things. Like
Thank
we
you.
had Namaste Wahala, the director, producer, everybody
Thank
on the
you.
show, that was massive, huge.
Lara
Fresh-
and the Beat, Netflix,
and they were all
top
talking about
10.
Seyi Shay. Oh, Seyi Shay did the music that was the soul, like the
core of
heart
the
of that
music.
movie,
Thank
and it was
you.
you behind that.
Thank you.
And you have other little things that you do that are just like, this is low key a big brag, but okay.
Yeah.
And you're not really like shouting that around.
No.
So I don't know now. That's what I would want to know. Is it that you don't think that those things are big wins? Because I know they are.
No, I know they're big wins. I feel I like to let my work speak for itself because obviously I wasn't here when people were saying, "Oh, Namaste Wahala," but they were saying it, right?
Yeah.
And I've heard that I'm often a subject matter in certain conversations, right? And in certain tables, and that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have to go around screaming from the top. Like I need to go around screaming that I have a new single, which is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Not that you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like my social media and people that are involved in those big moves will talk about it for me. I
Right.
mean, you're your own, your own best advertiser.
So
at
let
the
me
end of
ask
the day.
now.
But for me, I'm just like always humbled and always really just grateful for the
Right.
moves that God gives me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so and obviously because you're not promoting that in terms of social media space, because people, I know people always, when it comes to you and the biggest like backlash or like jab everybody has for you is, she's not even big or whatever, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's the same Seyi Shay we're talking about, but when that.
But you see, the thing is, small-minded people, what is their interpretation of big? Do you get what I'm
gonna
saying?
say, yeah.
What is the interpretation of big? So, like, how many? There are quite a few artists in Nigeria that are doing big things, and that like they're doing big things in their own to their own respect, right? But like, if nobody was doing the big things I'm doing, who would be doing them, right? So, you know, a lot of small-minded people. What is big to them, really?
Yeah. And that has clearly not
it's
affected
relative.
your actual...
It's relative. No,
Okay.
no, it's relative because when I drop a banger, it's the same people that say, "Oh, she's not big," they will still jam to it. Do you understand? And so that's like, that is just,
period.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people are conflicted in Nigeria. And a lot of people, and the same people that build you up are the same people that bring you down.
Right.
You understand? And I love to, and I love to use the example of Burna Boy because he is such a classic example of being, you know,
Loved and hated at the
being
same
loved
time.
and hated at the same time.
Absolutely. All right, if we can go back to the
right.
But look at all the
contestant
big things
number.
he has done, right?
All right. So, you know, basically, I was talking about how real you could get, especially when you're on a, you know, national stage and all of that. Did you think at some point, did you get back home that night and feel like, oh, Shay, maybe you should have handled it differently?
Never.
Maybe you should have said something else to this guy.
Never.
So you feel everything you said was accurate?
100% because
Have you reconnected with that guy in any way? Are
No.
you trying to mentor him in any way?
No, I'm not, and I haven't. But you know, like I said, what went out into the public was sound bites, right? And so the way a show is edited is very, very important because I mean that's what helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
People want to be interested in even watching the show, and so for those that didn't watch the full episode
Right.
or get to see the reruns on channel 198, they would have missed the whole dialogue there, right? And most people, and I'm talking about 90% of people that were going in on me on Twitter, they don't even watch Idols, or they've never watched Idols. They didn't even watch that episode. They're just going off of the soundbite that was released.
Right.
And so if you did watch it, you would have seen that the guy came in and we asked him, why do you want to do this? He said he wants to make money. And to me, as a musician, as a muso, as an artist, someone that has passion for music, that doesn't sound nice to me. Because really it has to be your passion. If you really want to make it in this industry, in anything, you have to have a passion for it, right?
Okay.
Now, I didn't like how that sounded. That kind of rubbed me wrong, right? But then I didn't want to use my emotions to judge him. So I said, I brought myself back. I said, well, okay, we said sing. He sang and he wasn't as good as people that we had heard before. So
That's where
we
the
already
money
have
now
set
thing
it back.
came from, because he said it with the money conversation.
So
right.
no, let me finish though. So we said, okay, sing, you know, and I even think that he sang one song and then the other two guys were like, hell nah. But then he wanted to sing another song. I said, okay, I'm going to give you another chance, right? So all these things you didn't get to see. And a lot of people didn't see these things
They only
unless
saw
you're
the
watching the reruns
Right.
where they show the extended
Extended,
auditions
yeah.
of each individual.
Right.
So then he said, and then he was like, you know, going on. And I was like, but you know, you're not as good as, in my mind, I'm like, this guy's he's not good enough, right? But then he's not even as good as like the guys that we have seen, because you look at Faith, look at Kingdom, look at the people in the top 10 now, right? They are animals. Do you understand?
Right.
So this guy is not even close, in my opinion. So, but he sang an original song, and the song was making sense. So after his audition, I said, you know what? I don't think you're going to make money in this industry. Remember going back to him wanting to make money, but I think you are a fantastic songwriter, and I think you should continue writing songs, and hit me up after this show and
Great.
we'll talk about it. So that was actually the full audition, but the soundbite you guys heard was, you're never going to make money in this audition.
Anyways, we'll come back
So,
to this.
but you know, some small-minded people, whether that was the truth or not, you know, they already have
Right.
what they want to.
All right, we will actually come back to this, but we open the telephone.
I want to talk about Pempe. We don't need to come back
No,
to it.
we
We
don't,
want to
okay,
come
we're
back
not
to
even
it.
coming back to
Watch
that.
Nigerian
But we
Idols.
open the phone
Yeah, 7
lines. We
PM.
open the phone lines, you know, and we said your fans should call in, and we tweeted, and the number to call is 090-6000-5719 in case you still want to call in. We're still picking calls. But right now, there's a caller on the line, as I understand. Are we there, please? Good morning. How are you? Hello? Hello? Okay, so we'll come back to that. Let's carry on with this
I have another question for
conversation.
Pempe.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bird actually came and exposed you and Clarence Peter and Yemi Alade.
Saying what?
That was heavily inspired by Janet Jackson's music
Was
video.
it?
Did you know about this?
Which music
Son
video?
of a gun.
The one with
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
You wanted to know if you know.
Is it because it reminded you of it, or because you actually?
Because the
heard-
first scene kind of like looked like the video of
Yeah,
Pempe.
yeah.
The
Okay,
first
so
scene.
if I'm being honest, I've never even seen Janet Jackson's one before, but it did look like a movie, and it gave me the vibe of the one.
Okay, so we have a caller on the line.
Okay.
Sorry. Hello, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What are we on to, please? What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sounds like a familiar voice. Yeah, good morning. Who is that?
Shay? This is David.
Who?
David.
David O.
David.
David. Hi. How are you, David?
Shay, this is David O.
Davido. What's up, Davido?
David.
How are
How
you?
far, Shay?
I day. How far?
Again now. Shay, you dey worry you. You dey worry for that your show.
I did do
Say
it.
they worry. He said they worry.
I
for
did
your
worry.
son. Why are you laughing?
Is this really Davido, or you
Hello?
guys?
No.
you guys are
I
trying to
really don't know.
find me?
Hello, good morning. Sorry, this is the encore. My name is Affair. Is this really David O, please?
It's me now, David O. Are you guys surprised?
Yes, we are actually. Good morning, David.
Good morning,
I'm a big fan of your
We're
music.
big fans of your music. I'm a big fan of your music. I did for you, David. If this is really you, send me a WhatsApp now.
Shay,
Bros, what's up, babe?
I'm sending you a DM.
Please do. Send me a DM. Hello.
No wahala.
Thank you
I was
for
watching
calling
the
me.
show.
What did you say?
What's he saying?
I was watching the show. I was watching.
Oh, okay.
Nice one. Thank you so much, babe.
Yeah, now you
So
guys
do you have
should
any
fun.
question for Shay? Do you have anything you want to say to Shay?
Shay is my girl. I love Shay. Shay,
Yes, babe.
send a DM. I want to talk to you.
Oh yeah, now let's run it up.
Ha.
Yeah, you guys should have fun.
Thank you.
Omo, we don't get 10% to say now. Is that the shit? We'll be looking at the feature next. 10%.
Davido is my guy. Davido is somebody that honestly you can't even love him or hate him. You have to bow because he is probably one of the most hardworking artists in this industry.
Thank you very much for that.
I think that he deserves all the good things that come to him. I don't even care whether you whatever you think or feel about him, you have to bow. You have to, right?
And I like that you've given us that
10 years on
love,
stage for
10
David.
years on
How
stage.
was
He's
that?
been doing this for 10 years consistently. He's an inspiration to me. So, yeah.
And I like that we have an artist on TV saying that, because I feel like there was like in fact a famine of that even on social media during the 10-year period, where a lot of people I expected a lot more people saying what you're saying on social media, congratulating him, but I didn't really see that. And that was very nice.
It's the same thing that I'm talking about. You know, the same people that build you up are the same ones that break you down. Right. I don't know if it's just a human thing, or if it's just a Niger thing, or if it's just a black people's thing. I don't really get it, but I feel like, you know, this generation have to be the ones to change that narrative. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people are trying to pretend or acting like they are blind. They can't see that two females just released a song together. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? It should be a bigger deal, right? And which is why we're pushing as much as possible. It's like I don't get what the issue or the feeling is. I cannot imagine it. It's not human.
But okay.
Okay, so when you're talking about it's not human and people doing that, but you seem to be doing it quite well. You seem to be able to take all of these things, because remember when, you know, your phone was hacked and people said, oh, your phone was not, you actually released those photos. You know, you treated it nicely, and then when you came back up, you released a picture and said, this one I posted.
Yeah, like heavy energy.
No,
like
but if you check it, right, the kind of if you go on my page right now, the kind of pictures that I put up on there are clean, not you, but clean, as in aesthetically clean. So, you know, those pictures that now came up now messed up my whole interface, and I was like, damn, you know. So why would I release, if I'm going to release those kind of pictures or even leak those kind of pictures, they would look a bit more
nice.
They would look nicer. You understand?
So,
So, but
what happened in that space? How did those pictures even get?
Do you know who the person was?
Do you know who it was?
Yeah, so I have several people that work on my team and people that used to work on my team, and a lot of people just have my password at one point, and I was quite negligent. And you know, we addressed it. We addressed the issue with somebody that said that they had nothing to do with it, but the person was just trying to spite me because they got fired, I guess. So,
okay.
But I'm not going to name any names. You know, God bless
But
everybody.
you shall know them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though they're still saying it's not them, Shao, but I know that it's that person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bring it now to your person and stuff. Even doing an introduction, you're a UK girl. And I know that sometimes coming back to Nigeria, you can feel like a fish out of water. And I think a lot of your backlash actually comes from that. Culturally speaking, you're not the most Nigerian-baked girl in the way you act and your speech and your mannerisms and your opinions and stuff. You're unapologetically you, and that's not the kind of society that girls have in this country.
But do you realize that like most of us females want to be
We
free
do.
like
We
that?
do. We do.
Inside,
Like
yo,
mad.
we want to just break out. That
Yes.
is why a lot of things are just happening right now.
I mean,
like,
honestly speaking, I'm down for that. Even on this table, I think sometimes I've been labeled, oh, you're too this or you're too that. Well, you say what you want to say. But back to you anyway. I like that you're doing that. And I say that in your songs as well.
But I'm not doing it. See, I don't do it intentionally. It's not
course.
part of my strategy or
Of
anything.
course,
It's
of
just
course.
I
Who
feel
you are.
like the most successful people, the people that I aspire to be like, the people that inspire me, they are unapologetically themselves, and they always have been.
Yeah.
You know, and that is what sets the people that they are inspiring free.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And that is my dream, to set people free, right? Set people free, no matter what creed, what race, what, you know, where you're from, what your background is.
Yeah.
Like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
And if there's nobody to look at and say, oh my God, this person is just themselves, like I can break free, then they will always be confined, depressed. No, you understand? Not being able, they won't be able to identify with anything or anybody, and that's how we get depressed young people.
Yeah, but
that's how we get.
You know, because people have not. I don't think a lot of people have caught on to that's what you're doing, just being unapologetically you.
What
So
do
now,
they think I'm doing?
I don't even know. Based
just
on your
think
social
I'm
media
running
accounts,
around.
I don't even. The stuff I read
You know,
about
at
you.
this point, we're still. For me, I really honestly feel like I'm still building my fan base.
All right,
Absolutely.
so-
But is there anything
so-
you want to tell them? I mean, you've already kind of given an.
So those that are going to F with me, excuse my French, are going to F with me. Do you
yeah.
understand? Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you will definitely find your tribe. Your tribe will be drawn to you. Do you get what I'm saying? And you will
Absolutely.
gravitate to wherever your tribe is. And I feel like that is really the mission. It's not to like try to be somebody I'm not so that I can get fans or whatever, or like find my tribe or where I belong. It's just to be me, and whoever gravitates to it will roll with me, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so there's this saying that humans are insatiable, right? And I can remember when you were being dragged, a lot of people were talking about your career, how
Always
they
being
feel.
dragged.
Always.
Yeah, okay.
Standards.
Well, this particular, the most recent
The
one.
Idols
Yeah,
one?
the
Okay.
Idols one, and they were talking about how, you know, the career hasn't really blossomed like that. So I have a question for you, because I think it's a personal thing. Do you think you're where you started off to be?
Do I think I'm where I intended on being
Yeah.
by now? I to be honest with you, sometimes, let me get real with you guys. Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Sometimes I get sad. Sometimes I look inside my heart and I feel like what's missing, because I don't feel completely fulfilled. You understand? Sometimes I think to myself, okay, I wonder what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 years if this thing doesn't, you know, really get to where I wanted it to get to. Then I think, where did I want it to get to? Then that's God telling me like, yo,
Calm down.
calm down, chill, I got this.
Chill, sis.
You understand? Look how much I've done in my life. I've been managed for 3 years by Matthew Knowles, who's Beyonce's father. He taught me everything I know when it comes to like ethic, you know, and resilience, and, you know, even not reading social media, because that's how he raised Beyonce, and, you know, not saying too much in interviews, which I didn't listen to, but and then I supported Beyonce on her I Am tour. I had my own reality show. I've toured the world. I've you know, my music is what makes way for me. It gives me, you know, like I own stuff. I own
Represented
stuff.
brands.
I own stuff. I own stuff because of my music. Come on, I'm grateful. So I'm so grateful for everything that I have been able to achieve on my own and with my team and with the people that God puts in my way and in my place. Like how many people can say, okay, I've been 10 years in this industry.
Yes.
Do you understand? But how many females can say that they've done that with no real kind of like external help? Do you understand? Or label or whatever, or crew or team or whatever, you know, and I'm still doing it. And I feel like I even just arrived just now. So
you know,
I just
when we're
started.
talking
And how many people get David O calling in on a TV show to say, hello?
Okay. So sound
And I've
great,
done-
guys.
and I've
I'm
had
glad
some-
you actually believe that because that was a prank
I
call.
know.
Oh, you must give a shout out to
I
David.
know. I'm rolling. I'm playing along with you
Obviously,
guys.
that our prank star did not try because we told you to drill you. We told you to make you fume. Like, walk away from this set. That guy, we will not pay your
I'm
balance.
playing along with
Okay,
you
but
guys.
see, okay, and I know I'm being a greedy fan now, and you've just given us Pempe, which is absolutely great. I think you and Yemi Alade's feature was just, in fact,
Timely,
genius.
very timely.
I needed it. You know, it's in the spirit of just female unity. The energy is absolutely bomb. But I don't want you to run away for another, like, God knows when.
No.
So are we gonna expect another kind of song? Are we looking at more features? Like what kind? And I know even the sound. Yes, you do uppy like kind of vibes, but this was also very different from Seyi Shay. I think the sound was a bit like unique. I haven't heard that before. And it reminded me of your Star song. I know it's not Star. Irawo vibe. So what kind of vibes are we expecting? What kind of features are we expecting?
Are we expecting a
What
concert?
songs?
Are we expecting an album? What should we be expecting in 2021?
Just to touch on what you said, this morning several people said to me, oh, you know, on my WhatsApp, like, this song kind of gives me YOLO YOLO vibes, right? And I got it, because when YOLO YOLO came out, it was very in its own genre. It was like very unique, and people didn't start really touching on that salsa, Afro salsa thing until after they heard YOLO YOLO. Then I started to hear touches of it in other people's songs, and I was like, yeah, you know, trend setting, that's what it's about. Like, not blowing my trumpet, I'm just saying
girl,
that,
please.
I'm just saying that when you speak of like the sound being so unique and so different, that's the kind of emotion and the inspiration we're trying to create and leave behind. So, yeah, it is a very different sound. You can blame Kelp for that, because he's always been an original sounding producer, especially with let's say that when he made that, there was nothing like it. All of a sudden, everybody tried to start jumping on that rhythm.
All right. We're actually running out of time, so.
But you will let me finish though. So, but yes, there is an album coming out. It's actually a mixtape, because it's very different to what everybody is used to hearing me saying, and it's coming out for summer 2021. And
That's
it is
recent.
Afro. It's close. It's an Afro R&B with soul, like Afro soul, Afro R&B. Very, very honest songs, lyrics, and it kind of puts me in a vulnerable position. But because I'm a big girl now, I can deal with it. I can take it.
All right. And we're gonna wrap up the show with a big vibe, with the big girls, of course. You can join the conversation on social media with the hashtag #TeaTime, or Twitter us at PlusTvAfrica. Remember, you can catch up on our previous episodes, including this one, and all our exclusive content by subscribing to our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. You can also watch Tea Time on Alta TV and in London on Ben Television. A big, big thank you goes out to my co-anchor, Ife, or my Emerald and Menuga, who had to step down due to social distancing, and of course our guest,
Our
Seyi
special
Shay.
guest, our beautiful, our big girl.
And of course, David O for calling in, and the entire production
Quote,
team. Thank you for watching Plus TV Africa's Tea Time. My name is Ife Oshuke.